ladies and gentlemen, that's right. It is episode 2 of the Everton Career Mode here on the Bleep Up Podcast YouTube channel. Hi, I'm your host Lee, and we've got some sad news to begin with. Look at that. Phil Jagielka has got a sprained ankle and he'll be out for 3 weeks. And then we have this. Look at this. Steven Pienaar has hurt some ligaments and he'll be out for 3 months. So 2 huge blows to us at the beginning of episode 2. But then we had this. A team approached the club for Janovic for 5.5 million. And to be quite frank, I could find a better striker. So you know what I did? I sold him. Yes, that's right. I sold him. And even though I could have got a lot of well, let's just say a lot more for him, you know, I just wanted to get rid of him. And then while looking on the internet, just a player popped into my head. And for some bizarre reason, it was Obafemi Martins, who used to play for Birmingham City and obviously Newcastle back in the day. And I looked him up on FIFA, and look at this guy. He's a beast. He's got 91 acceleration, 91 agility, his sprint speed's 89, and his jumping is 92. He's rated 75, so he's a bit lower than Janovic. But to be quite frank, he's also got speedster and acrobat. So why not make an offer? And at 3 million, he's an absolute, well, 3.5 million to be quite frank. He's an absolute bargain. So we did. And look at this, though. Spurs are in talks for Higuain from Real Madrid. Now, if that goes through, Spurs are going to be a very dangerous squad this season to go against. But anyway, they accepted the offer. And so we went into contract talks with Obafemi Martins. So I was really excited to get this guy back in the Premier League because he's an absolute beast. So he's going to be a crucial first-team player for us. But then Aston Villa came in and tried to pinch Coleman off us. And I decided to stall that because he's quite key for us at the moment. And look at that. Yes, Obafemi Martins agrees to terms, so we sign him. But then we had this. Borussia Dortmund came to me and asked for Fellaini. Now, looking back on this, I could have got a lot more money for him, but 14 million for him, it was just too good to pass up. So unfortunately, I could have probably got a couple more million out of Borussia Dortmund, but I accepted it, and Fellaini was gone. And to be quite frank, guys, the newspapers had a day. They said, in an interesting turn of events, Mac has agreed to a move that will see Fellaini leave for Borussia Dortmund. It is unknown exactly what motivated the move, and it has many wondering how this will affect the team in the long run. But then this happened. Look at this. Honda expected to make debut. So far there has been no comment from Mac on when we will see Honda's first team debut. Well, it's pretty obvious it's going to be against Man United. But he said, good things come to those who wait. And after the player's transfer to Everton from CSK Moscow, there has been concern from fans if the team needed him. Are you kidding? After the pre-season we had, he's a beast. The fans don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, we moved on, and it was the first game. The first game of the season, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, it was against Manchester United. Yes, the Red Devils. Ugh. But this was our season opener, so I was a little bit excited. And as you can see, look, all the emphasis was on Honda. Look at that sexy, sexy beast. I'm super looking forward to playing with him this season. But anyway, Obafemi Martins starts as well, so this is his debut. So 2 new players for Everton start. And to be quite frank, it's Manchester United, guys, so it's going to be a tough game. And I can tell you now, Nani had an absolute quality game. He really impressed me in this. And there's an early shot from Michael Carrick that goes sailing wide. But yeah, as you can see, they're consistently just abusing me. And here you go, look at this. Obafemi Martins passes it to Honda, and look, that's the closest we got to their goal in the first half, which was pretty hilarious. But here we go again, look, Nani just abusing the pace. There he goes, one-on-one. But look at this, Phil Jagielka out of nowhere just takes the ball off him. But here's something funny which made me chuckle. Look at this. Boom. Nani gets a yellow card, and I was curious why, but then on the replay you look at this. He was supposed to cross the ball in, but the ball skipped away and he decides to absolutely level our player, which was quite comical. But this was another chance we had. Look, see, Honda again, key to our attacking, and crosses it a bit too deep for Martins, and it goes straight to Lindegaard. And then, again, look, as you can see, Evra passes it down the line to Nani, and then Nani, look at that for a through ball to Van Persie, who just shrugs off Phil Jagielka, and I was cacking it right now, but Howard with a really big save, which was very, very key. So, at the end of the half, guys, it's 0-0. We're looking pretty good. It's very, you know, all Man United pretty much. But then, look what happens here. Look, Vidic tries to clear it, hits Honda, and then Martins heads it back to Honda. Then Honda clears it wide for Coleman, and then Coleman just decides to start it again and passes it to Hibbert. And then Hibbert again to Coleman, and here, look at this, to Honda. Honda cuts in. Honda! Oh, what a beast! On his debut, he scores in the 76th minute. Honda, we love you. But you know it couldn't have lasted long, or could it? But anyway, here's Van Persie with the ball, and I was quite worried. We had the lead, and Van Persie in the box. You don't want to, you know, really do anything bad. But look at this for a save, stopping Kagawa from scoring. So then here's Nani with a corner, and look at this. Unbelievable. Van Mother Persie. What a goal. Look at this. He gets away from Barkley by pushing him. Look at that, a push, and then look at that for a finish, for a scissor kick. So our lead lasted 3 minutes, and then it was all Man United again, guys. And this is the last minute of play. As you can see, they're building up, but Hibbert just doesn't want them to pass. And look at that, great tackle by Barkley, knowing that the fault of their goal was all on him. So we got Hibbert charging down the line. He passes it to Honda. Honda back to Hibbert, and Hibbert is striding. He looks, crosses. Martins! Look at that. On his debut in the 90th minute, Martins jumps ahead of Raphael, and look at this. Bob's your uncle, right in the bottom corner. What a header. What a cross by Hibbert. And I can tell you now, guys, that is the final score. 2-1 against Man United. What a beginning of the season that is. We were outplayed off the field, I'm not going to lie. Man United had all the chances, but when it came to finishing, we did very well. And as you can see, yes, Shane Duffy was disappointed that he didn't make the squad, but it was either him or Phil Jagielka, and to be quite frank, I would pick Phil Jagielka over Duffy any day. And look at that, Phil Jagielka appreciates us by saying, "Told you that I would make the difference, boss." That was a great win for the team. But then look at this. Keeps on coming back to the beast, also known as Honda. He sparkles on his debut. In the early season game, Everton were victorious with a 2-1 win over Manchester United in their league clash. Most pundits felt that the result was fair given the balance of play. Having just recently signed, Honda was able to make his debut for his new team following speculation to whether he would be chosen to play. But trust me, he was the big star for us, which is fantastic, guys. We're off to a good start with Everton. 2-1 win over Man United. What more can you ask for? So yes, thank you for watching, guys. And just a quick update. Yes, next Saturday will be episode 3. So keep in tune for that. But until then, guys, feel free to click on any of the thumbnails that are on the screen right now to view any more of my content. Don't forget to like the video, guys, because it's much appreciated if you like my videos. And also, if you like the content, subscribe by clicking the red box there. And also check out my Facebook and Twitter pages. Until next time, guys, take care and have a good one.